Hi, this is Tim.
It's Kamala Harris. Good morning, Governor.
Good morning, Madam Vice President.
Listen, I want you to do this with me. Let's do this together. Would you be my running mate and let's get this thing on the road?
I would be honored, Madam Vice President.
For one thing, don't ever shy away from our progressive values. One person's socialism is another person's neighborliness.
Military combat is something that he's never seen. We don't really mind if you call him Tampon Tim. We could even make a tattletale on your very best friend. Come with your vote on me, Jimmy Walls. He's got radical policies. It's impossible to hide. Minneapolis is on fire. BLM let it run and hide. My Jimmy Walls. By my side. My Jimmy.
All right, enough of that. Oh man, I feel like a hoax war stream. Oh my god, that just gave me a fucking headache. Still funny though. But I'm not gonna have you here to watch a fucked up video like that. What I am gonna do is gonna watch another fucked up video. If you guys have seen this already, I'm sorry you're gonna watch it again, or you can just click off now. But this was I'm guessing it was a podcast / hotline discussing Alex and the predator that decided to fuck it, kill himself. I'm not one of those guys gonna sugarcoat it. But let's listen on this phone call, and I definitely did not expect them to talk the way they were talking. Let's just say that.
So have you heard about the Alex Rosen thing?
The guy killed himself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had a chance to speak to him last night.
You know, we were supposed to do an in-person podcast. He kind of blew me off. I think just because he's been blowing up so much since we agreed to do it. But I invited him over for lunch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he said he was going to be in Eugene, where I live. But
yeah, I know. You never invite me over to lunch, and I live like 20 minutes away, but it's fine.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's true. But I just doxed the fuck out of myself. But
Retard.
but that's okay. Anyway, yeah, I live in Springfield. But
Oh,
anyway, moving
that's
on.
why I buy my guns that I guard my house with.
Oh, Cabela's?
Neil's is the last place I bought a gun.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
So I had a chance to speak to him, and I asked him straight up, like, do you think you do good work? And he, of course, said yes, that he, has gotten all
Wait,
these...
I think we should just
What?
for context.
Hey, pay very close attention to what he talks about why this dude should not be having this conversation, but they continue to have it anyway.
Alex Rosen, or I Fight for Kids on Twitter, is it Predator Poachers? Which one is he?
Yeah, I would say that.
No, I think there's like a brand name. Is that what it is?
Predator,
I don't even know which. I don't even know which.
What?
I don't know which predator, poacher, hunter, gatherer he is, but he's on Twitter. I think that's his main monetized
And
platform.
Rumble, I think.
And Rumble, okay. And I would say as far as predator catchers go, he's pretty by the book.
Wait, what's going on everywhere?
He's not one of those ones, he doesn't hit them, he doesn't get violent with them. He's actually surprisingly kind of affable and gentle with them, and I know this gets better confessions, but he gets a lot of comments of people being like, how do you not scream and break? He seems to deeply hate pedophiles for sure, but when he's talking to them, he's actually just kind of civil and seems to know the local laws and follow the rules. He had a gun pulled on him a few months ago, and he wanted to debate me about whether predator catching is good, like, for the world or not, and I didn't want to, like, a year ago, and then we've kind of gone back and forth, but he seems crazy to me, but like an okay guy so far. And then he had one of his catches, he got to admit that he had received in a Telegram group child porn ages, I think 17 down to infants. And the guy basically admitted this in front of a police officer and then went into his house and killed himself. And Alex Rosen and his team were, I think, briefly detained by police and then let go. So that's the context.
And wait,
right? And he couldn't be more. He couldn't be happier that happened. And at the end of the day, his goal, or what he wants more than anything, is to put people in increasingly desperate situations until he gets a chance to kill one live on stream. Like,
okay, can we also acknowledge the context of the last conversation we had was an argument where I was telling you that I thought it was inappropriate for you to have a friendship with I don't
know how that's relevant. Why are we acknowledging that?
14-year-old.
Well, I mean, we're kind of like...
And then it goes downhill from there.
Distracting from the matter. But we disagreed on whether or not adults...
And I did a review of Cuties in which I said the girls were hot.
Yeah, I'm keeping
all of our cards. I haven't done anything. I don't know why you're
I didn't do anything either. I just watched a fucking movie.
I know, but we had a disagreement on whether or not adults and minors can be friends on the internet.
And I don't think they can or should.
And I think that they can. I don't think that every adult minor like every relationship between adults and minors is inherently bad or wrong. And you do. And that's what our disagreement was about. So, the way you framed it, you made it seem like I was like defending myself against something. But anyway, moving on. So do you think that predator poaching is good for the world?
No, not on balance. I don't think it's a net good. Occasionally, like when he gets that, I think was the head of, was it Virginia or Maryland Democrats?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Look at the title. This thing fucking shocked me when I started watching it. But yeah, the link for this video is in the description. So I don't know what y'all want to do.
When you get a politician, I DM'd him and I said, congratulations. I don't know if making, because a lot of pedophiles seem like kind of retarded. So a lot of his content is like literal retarded people getting arrested or running for their lives or freaking out, and it's like ruining the lives of retarded people. Also, like when there's entrapment, you know,
the shit they're about
you get
to
a
say.
guy who's like lonely enough and
Yeah, exactly.
mentally ill enough, or just stupid, literally low IQ enough, and you're like, oh, I'm 14. You want a blowjob? And they say yes. It's not because they're a predator. It's because they're a retard.
Right. Yeah, and it's because like no young girl, no fucking person is as desperate to get them like
Right.
as you
Exactly. Yeah. And so I think of a predator. The most predatorial action, I think, is when you groom somebody who is under your care. You take your 14-year-old daughter, stepdaughter, student, whatever, and slowly sexualize the relationship and normalize it, and then you're exploiting them. And I think that is the worst type of child sexual abuse that there is. And then there's like a not a gray area, but a gradient to still child sexual abuse, but I wouldn't call it predatorial.
Hear this shit?
Or predatory. When a 15-year-old DMs you on a dating site and asks you to have sex, and you say yes. It's still wrong. It's still predatory, a little, but it's not like you're going around like a shark.
Right, you're not preying on.
Yeah, it's not preying
You
behavior.
weren't looking for.
It's opportunistic. It's
Right,
opportunistic.
Well, as long as you weren't
yeah, it's
looking for
opportunistic
it,
child
you guys
abuse.
think
It's
it's
still child
okay.
abuse. And like I feel like I'm gonna upset people by talking about like.
No, it's
there's
that we both
different-
agree it's wrong.
No, I know
No,
you.
neither
I
of
know.
us-
I know. I'm just saying. I want to acknowledge that there's going to be people who are upset with me who say it's less wrong to have sex with a 15-year-old you met on a dating site than to have sex with a 15-year-old who was your student or your own child. But it is. It doesn't mean it's right. It's not right. I don't think you should do it. But when. I mean, I think it's illegal, and you should be prosecuted and go to jail and have your life,
Crimes
your
are- I agree,
fucking
crimes
life
are
be
crimes.
ruined. Yeah, but to compare the two, when I'm like, I want someone out there like like Batman, ridding the world of child predators. I want them ridding the world of the first kind. There's always going to be some contingent of men who, if contacted privately on a dating site by a 15-year-old
This shit
asking them for sex,
pisses me
are going to
off.
say yes. And I don't think those men, while they should be punished if they do that, I don't think that is really that there's anything particularly unusual or predatory about them. I think that we need a systemic solution to prevent 15-year-olds from getting on dating sites and having those private conversations and being able to meet up with those men for sex. That's why I think it should
that's
be.
happening on a large scale.
I don't know. Probably not. That's the other thing. It's
Probably not.
probably really rare that or 13-year-old is like, you want to meet at Walmart and I'll suck your dick in the bathroom, and they're like, yeah, let's go. And then they go to Walmart and it's Alex Rosen. And he's like, you're busted. He's like, you fucked up. But it's like you're just convincing retards. Sometimes literal retards.
Mentally ill, like
Aren't pedophiles
desperate
mentally
and
ill retards?
Yeah.
down and out people.
Yeah,
who
so it's like
you're
you're taking
giving
it,
an
and they're
opportunistic-
often poor. They're often poor people.
always poor.
No,
of
they're
course.
not.
Well, no,
and low
sometimes you see but sometimes there is a genuinely, what I would say, like a good catch. Sometimes you're like, fuck, that person has power. That person works with children. That whatever, like that. This is
Yes,
somebody
of
who you
course.
actually.
There's a lot of bad people.
I get it.
Yeah,
It
and
only
so
counts if there's somebody that's in a position of power. If they're poor and retarded, it doesnment matter.
when I see that, I'm like, well, this is good that you ruin this person's ability to keep doing this. I'm in favor. I'm in favor of that. But when it's like you're trying to meet a quota, and then you're just
and you're making content out of it, and you're fucking you're
So
capitalizing on
it feels like you're exploiting retarded people.
Yeah,
Or
and you're
very-
exploiting
very- or
basically
very stupid
other
people.
people's trauma and other people's, you're
They are.
exploiting the victims who I asked him. One of his callers called in and said that I watch your content and I see it as vindication for everything that was done to me, and your
Yeah,
viewers.
right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the
And I
biggest
asked him. I
fans are
said,
people
"Do
who
you
got
think that
molested.
your fans should be watching your content and seeing it as vindication for crimes that were committed against them?" And he
What'd he
said,
say?
"Yes, I think
Now-
that's good."
Yeah. I think that child abuse, while being an acute problem where you need to call out an
not
individual,
acute.
stop them, catch them, whatever.
So you've been saying this a lot. Do you believe
Hey,
that
can
there
you
should
let
be...
me finish a fucking sentence?
All right, fine. But then I want to.
While child abuse is an acute,
What up, clown?
specific problem to an individual, it is also a systemic problem. And I think that, especially when it comes to child abuse that originates on the internet platform users are prone to argue or seduced by arguments that tell them that it's okay that we're all on Twitter, which allows 13-year-olds and allows porn and allows DMs. That's fine. That's not the problem, because I love Twitter. I love Discord. The problem are these freaks, and so Alex Rosen can just go out, get them arrested one at a time, and I'll watch it, and it'll be fun, and it'll be vindication for my own abuse if I was abused. And it's just a very nice neat little narrative that means that the rest of us don't have to actually do anything or sacrifice anything to protect kids. We can just throw retarded people in a wood chipper, and somehow that will solve the problem.
Right.
I mean,
And that's
yeah.
a main issue, is that, so you believe that, or do you believe that extrajudicial vigilantes going out and quote unquote predator poaching is a solution to the problem?
Yes.
Do you think
When you
that
say
it's
when you say
doing-
vigilante, that to me that implies they're breaking the law, and they're not. I don't think
Well,
Alex
they are.
Rosen. I don't think Alex
mean, he's-
Rosen.
Well,
has
he's
broken the
committing
law.
fraud, and he's calling these people pretending
That's
to
not-
be
that's not
pretending to
fraud.
be their power, pretending to be the power people, and getting them to expose their address and phone number over the phone. So he's engaging in fraudulent
pretending-
behavior.
He's pretending to be like a utility company.
Yes,
Is that illegal?
I believe it may be.
No, he's not pretending to be
What the
law
fuck does that
It-
mean?
I don't know the state that he was in, but I believe that there are laws that are against.
I've not
calling
watched a lot of
someone-
Alex's. I've not watched a lot of Alex's content, but that from what I've seen, he seems pretty fastidious about not breaking the law. I
What
would
about
guess
when he met up with Trevor Sullivan, a 17-year-old in Texas, who he knew was 17?
Wait, can I finish?
And who?
It'd be cool. Can I just finish what I was saying?
Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
Yeah,
I'm very
I think he.
passionate.
Well, good. I think he would only do that in a state where it is legal. Okay, go ahead.
You
Trevor,
think that, huh?
You're accusing
He
him
called
of
me the
breaking.
N-word 4 times.
Oh
Hard
my
R.
god.
Is that against the law?
No, but I'm just saying that this guy
Well, good.
has a fridge
Good.
temperature
Because last I
IQ.
checked, the
Well,
First
it's soft
Amendment
that feeling.
protects the use of the N-word, or hard or soft.
This fat
Floppy
fuck
or
is
erect,
not-
the N-word is still protected.
Okay, so he met up with Trevor Sullivan, a 17-year-old in Texas, who he
Okay, so-
knew was 17, who he met under the pretense of buying child pornography from him. Now, he
Okay.
did this as a quote-unquote sting operation,
Okay.
and he quote-unquote got the individual arrested. But at
Okay.
the end of the day, he met with a minor to purchase CP. Whether
Oh,
or not
Jesus
that was
Christ.
for a quote-unquote sting operation, that was his intention. He intended to meet with a minor who agreed to.
I don't think he
purchase-
was actually. I don't think he actually.
No,
did he
we,
actually
but we
purchase
don't
it?
really know, do we? Because
Did
we
he
don't
purchase
have
the CP?
Who knows?
The
What-
cameras.
To your knowledge,
do
did
we-
Alex Rosen purchase child pornography from a
To my
17-year-old?
knowledge,
Yes or no?
I don't know, but I do know
Okay.
that he
Do you
met
know
with
that
a
he did-
minor for
do you
that
know that-
intention.
Do you know that he did purchase it?
I know that he agreed to purchase it.
Do you know that he actually purchased it?
No, of course not.
Do you
But that's
know?
the problem,
Do
is
wait,
that
no.
we
Let me. Can
don't
I just
know.
ask you a couple? I just want to ask you a couple questions.
Sure.
Do
go
you,
ahead.
to your knowledge, did the 17-year-old actually have any child porn in their
To
possession?
my knowledge, he did. Yes.
Was there anything that would have prevented Alex Rosen from purchasing it?
No.
So I think we can safely say that that was not his intention, since he didn't purchase it. I think his intention was to get the minor arrested for selling child pornography, which it sounds like he accomplished.
Or maybe he uses that as a guise, and he actually like is.
A super predator.
Yeah, maybe he is. We don't know. We have no
Feel
idea
like
who this guy
he's
is.
like inheriting. He's like stealing their child porn collections after he vanquishes
Maybe that's
them.
a possibility. That's a remote possibility. Yeah.
That is a remote possibility. I don't think there's any evidence of that, and I don't think the sting operation that you just outlined is evidence of that.
I don't think so either. But what it is evidence
come on,
of
bring it
is
up, stupid.
an extrajudicial vigilante.
I don't
who
think
is
he's a
going out-
vigilante because I don't think he's broken the law in any story you've told me.
Okay, an extrajudicial what? Group of individuals going around
Advocates.
manipulating
Victim
people
advocates.
into situations, increasingly desperate situations for content and clout, and like a
Yes, that's all true.
self,
Oh, by
you
the
know,
way, they're from Oregon.
satisfying kind of what like
Virtue.
this image, this virtuous image that he's trying to portray.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, there's really nothing about him that is in any way virtuistic or good. He doesn't.
I don't think that's true. He's taking people. He's taking people who
Fucking chum was like you off the street.
jerk off to pictures of
What's up,
babies.
Yes, because he's probably a violent psychopath who wants to kill them.
Wow.
Yes, that might be true, but that's not. That doesn't mean there's nothing good about what he's doing.
Yes, it does.
It's good to stop people from trading pictures
not
of.
Wait, is it good to stop them if it's at the expense of their life?
Yeah.
So if we have to kill them to stop them from jerking off to CP, is that a trade you're willing to make?
But
Yes.
he didn't kill him. He killed himself.
The guy killed himself. Yeah. So he put him into a situation where the
He's
guy
not
lost his
Dr.
life.
K. He didn't push him over the. Okay. He's
That
not
was pretty
culpable. I don't think he is culpable
Of
in this
course
guy's
he's
death.
culpable.
I don't think he is. I
directly
don't.
responsible for that man's death.
No, he's not.
If he doesn't.
Okay, seriously,
if
to
he
compare it
did
to the
not-
Dr. K situation, Dr. K has an ethical duty not to do that. But Alex Rosen doesn't. He has no ethical duty to not stick a camera in someone's face. Through his First Amendment right, you're allowed to stick a camera in someone's face. You're allowed to interview them. You're allowed to ask them questions. You're allowed to ask them if they jerk off to pictures of babies. And if they say yes, you're allowed to tell the fucking police. There's nothing.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything that is unethical. I think to me the part that's unethical is that these people are retarded. That often,
That
and I
shouldn't be
again
an
I,
excuse,
I
but,
don't mean it in a pejorative sense. I mean literally they seem retarded.
I agree with you 100%.
But you're
And
asking.
he's
You asked me if
taking
there's
advantage
anything
of them and
Yes, but
exploiting
you-
them and putting
but
them in
even
increasingly desperate situations.
Okay, but society should stop even retarded people from jerking off to pictures of babies.
Society
Like
has
this is
a
not
force of people
this is not
that stop
this is
people
not a
from
sting.
doing that.
This is not a guy who was only in a sting operation. This isn't a guy who was like, oh, I've never had a girlfriend before. I'm 55 years old, and now this 14-year-old wants to go on a date with me. Okay, fine, I'll go. That's not this guy. The guy who killed himself was in a child porn ring.
Yep.
Who's sharing and
We
receiving
have
child
no
pornography.
evidence of that. He said
He
that.
said that.
he said it.
Yes, he said that.
The guy said that.
Yeah, he said that. You're right.
Okay.
Okay, so do you want to, for the purpose of this conversation, can we assume that that's true? If the guy is telling a police officer, yes, I'm in a Telegram group where we exchange pictures
People
of
are
infants.
innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Are they not?
Okay, so for the purpose of this
I
conversation,
mean, confessions mean nothing.
do you want? Can we assume that what that guy said is true or no?
Yeah, I can assume that it's true, but I'm not saying that he's guilty of a crime until he's convicted in a court of law.
That's amazing because I didn't say that either. So I guess we're on the same
Perfect.
page. Great. So the guy is jerking off to pictures, according to him, of children and babies. You asked me if there's anything good about what he does. Yeah, stopping one person and
From
possibly
jerking off to CP
is good.
and worth that man's life.
I mean,
No, but he
yeah.
didn't kill him. If
But
he shot
was
him, if he was like,
exposing his
were-
secrets to the world.
destroyed for the rest of their lives.
hey, if you can't take the heat, stay out the kitchen. All right. I
Right,
got
what
a
I'm
lot of
saying
hate. I
is-
got a lot of hate for my cuties review. You don't see me fucking killing myself over it. You know.
So
Go fuck
Alex
yourself.
Rosen has a free pass in your eyes to go and
It feels like
exploit people.
It feels like extreme
No,
dad. It
exploiting
feels
them.
like your positions you're taking here are a little on the extreme side. I think you're seeing this in black
Well,
and white.
I
I didn't say he gets a
hate
free
this
pass.
fat fuck so much, and his like stupid, virtuistic, like self-smug fucking attitude, and the way he did his little victory lap, and the way he just talks, it just pisses me off so much. Like, I just fucking hate him, and I've never watched
Yeah.
a single one of his videos. I've only spoken to him once last night,
You didn't even
and
speak to him like
I
that.
like. But yeah, he just sucks. He sucks so bad. And I just don't understand. Like,
I had a
the
similar
reason why he
message on
gets a
X and they
pass is
ignored you.
because there are victims and there are damaged people out there who see him as some sort of hero who's like undoing the
Hey,
things
we
that
already
were
know what
done
you
to
think.
him.
You already said your spiel. We already know what you think about this.
All right, well,
Is that it?
that's pretty much it. I mean, you know, I don't know if you have you ever heard of Vosh?
You're gonna say something. Yes,
You have?
I have.
Okay, well, anyway, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
All right, buddy. Hey, take care of yourself. And invite me to lunch sometime.
No.
Okay.
Fuck you, bitch.
All right, buddy.
Maybe I'll think about that.
All right, think about it.
All right.
Yo.
Bye.
I don't know how the fuck I came across that, but I came across it. I definitely didn't go the direction I thought it was gonna when I first started watching, and I was like, yo. I was gonna hold off till this tomorrow, but I couldn't. This shit was just fucking wrong. And like I said, that link is in the description. Show this fucking video to other people. This is why Alex does what he does. It's why all the catchers do what they do. Motherfuckers like this are okay with it. Especially the caller. Well, you know, I'm friends with a 14-year-old. That's pretty cool, right? No, dude. And they want to say, well, if the girls approach them, it's technically not their fault. They're just being opportunistic. But yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Well, you know what I mean. Not telling y'all how to think, just telling y'all to think. And you guys have a good night. Weekend's over for some of y'all. I don't have a week ending or beginning. Either way. Y'all have a good night. Lady J, Bat Mom, Veronica, Clown, Carl,